back, mathematicians. Okay, this week we are doing something new. Look, instead of the GMs, the geometry, we're into the D for data. So we're doing 2D.1.1, and this means we're going to explain the length of a bar graph or the number of objects in a picture graph that represents the number of data points. What? What is all that? Well, I will show you. So let's say that we made a chart of how many math facts you memorized. And let's say we put it with the other second graders that we have. And maybe other people in your family even. And the longer the bar by your name, the more facts you've memorized. So that shows important information. So let's look here. We can use that for a lot of different things. So like look at our example here. We have pie flavors. So we have banana, cherry, blueberry, and apple. What's your favorite pie flavor? I think of the ones listed here, I like cherry the best. Although I like apple if it has ice cream on it. What's your favorite one of the ones they've listed? So what does it say? That's the best out of the people that they have surveyed for this. Well, the cherry is the tallest one. It's on the 9. So that means the 9 people, or it depends, we're not sure how many that means, but that has the most votes. And then the next tallest one is the apple, and then the blueberry, and then the banana cream didn't get very many votes. So that's one way to do a bar graph. This is the same information. It's just instead of it being vertical, boop, they made it horizontal. That's all they did. So it's the same graph, it's just showed in a different way. Okay, you see that? Yeah. So the bar graph charts that we just looked at show the favorite pie flavors of a group of people. And you can see that the longer bar is what the most people chose. So here's a different type of bar graph, but then we've used pictures for this. Okay, so it's the same thing though. So this is the choice of the favorite color by second grade students that were surveyed. So we have blue, brown, green, orange, purple, red, and yellow. Of those colors, which one's your favorite? Mine's the purple. Let's see what got the most votes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's look at this one. This one looks long too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blue and green got the same amount of votes. But this one is definitely longer. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that had 7. But look what this tells us right here. It says each little smiley face emoji stands for 2 students. So if you cannot skip count by 2, you've got to practice that. So this technically means 2, 4, 6, 8. 10 people voted for blue and green. So we have 2, and look, this is a half. What do you think? What's half of 2? Yeah, 1. So this means 3 people voted for brown. So that's showing it's half. So you just take that number that it says it stands for and half it. What about orange? 2, 4. Oh, look, they halved it. What did we say half 2 was? 1. So 2, 4, 5 people liked orange. What about purple? 2, 4 and a half. So 5 people liked purple. Yellow, 2, 4 people liked yellow. And then the red, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 people liked yellow. I mean red. So that was the one that with these kids they surveyed liked the best. Yeah, so you can survey the people at your home and see what the people in your family what they thought, what they liked the best. So this is called a key. So you always want to make sure to look for a key to see if it tells you what the pictures stand for, okay? But that's another way to make a bar graph, and it uses pictures. That's kind of a fun way, isn't it? Yeah. Another common way for bar graphs. So this is just the smiley faces that we saw below, only instead of using smiley faces, they did it by actual bars. Okay, and it says number of students. So you have 0 through 15, and then the colors listed across here. Okay. Okay, so that's a different way to do it, to show that information. Let's look at this. Students' favorite animal. So on the side, it says number of students, and across the bottom, it says animals. And we have horse, cat, dog, and elephant. So which animal was the favorite of most students? Look at that bar graph. If you need Couple seconds to think about it. You can pause the video before you find the answer. So, which animal was the favorite of most students? The dog. Yeah, the dog has the tallest graph. It's at 10. Which animal was the least favorite of the students? So the smallest graph, the least favorite. Which one is that? Pause the video if you need to. Yeah, horse. Horse has 5. See? All the others are above 5. So how many students said that their favorite animal was horse? Well, we just answered that. 5. 5 students said their favorite animal was horse. How many students said their favorite animal was a dog? Look at this. Let me scroll this up. So what do you think? Look at this for a second. Put your finger on the screen if you need to and scroll over so you can see the number. How many students said their favorite animal was a dog? What'd you get? 10. See? 10. There we go. All right. How many students said their favorite animal was an elephant? Look at this. Take a second to look at this. Touch the screen if you need to. As long as your screen's not a touch screen, it's not going to do anything. You can get close. Do it. So which is it? So yeah. Let's look here. Go all the way across. Boom. 7. 7 people said that elephant was their favorite animal. What's your favorite animal? Mine would be the dog. I love dogs. I have 2 dogs. Do you have any pets? Look at this bar graph. So we have apple, banana, cherry, and orange here. And it says Mrs. Holt's students' favorite fruit. Apple, banana, cherry, and orange. Which of those is your favorite fruit? I like all of those. I don't know. Maybe cherries? I don't know what I'd say my favorite fruit is. I love all those fruits. Do you? What's your favorite? What does it say? The key. Look at the key. It says each picture equals what? 2 students. So usually when you're going to see pictures like this, there's going to be a key. So whenever you see a picture for a graph, look for a key, okay? So you got to skip count by 2. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 people liked the apple, didn't they? All right. So which fruits were the favorite of most students? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. What do you think? Which was the favorite of 2, 4, 6, 8 for the apple? 2, 4, 6 for the banana, 2, 4, 6, 8 for the cherry, 2, 4. Now this one tries to trick you, doesn't it? Because the banana is a bigger picture. It looks like banana is the winner, doesn't it? But that's not true because there's only 3 banana pictures. And the apples and the cherries both have 4 pictures. So when you're looking at picture graphs, you always got to double check that, especially if they're not using the same picture. Before, we had the smiley face emoji for all of them, right? Well, this one used a different picture for everyone. So you have to double check because this one tries to trick us because the banana is a bigger picture and makes it look like the favorite fruit is banana, but it's not. It's a tie between apple and cherry, isn't it? Yeah, so always check your work like that. Which one's the least favorite? Yeah, the oranges. There's only 2 pictures of the orange, which means there's only 4 students that picked orange. All right. How many students said their favorite fruit was the banana? So you got to count them. Remember, each picture shows 2 students. So take a second and skip count by 2. And what number did you get? Pause the video if you need more time. 2, 4, 6. So 6 students said banana was their favorite. How many students' favorite fruit was cherry? And we got to skip count. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 students said their favorite fruit was cherry. All right. How many students said their favorite fruit was apple? Yeah, it was the same with cherry, and it was that. Pause if you need to. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, 8 people said apple. So apple and cherry were tied. Good job. When you're looking at graphs, you always want to look for a key. So look for that key. if you see a picture, and don't just guess because the picture's longer. Remember, it kind of tricked us on the bananas. So you've got to count. And if you're having trouble skip counting, you got to practice that. It's important to learn how to skip count. So we need to skip count by fives. We need to skip count by twos. So learn all of your skip counting because that's really important. So this is going to be real easy. It's just reading graphs. So just take your time, look over, make sure you know what the graph says and what it's asking you. All right? You can always play back this video if you need help, but you're going to do great this week, mathematicians. Have a wonderful week.